Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be changing the back tire of this Japanese bicycle. I say a Japanese bicycle because I'm in Japan and it's a Panasonic bicycle. In Japan it's called a charinko or mama charin. Okay, and the back tire is 26 by 1 3/8. Okay, there's a huge hole in the tube. As you can see, the tube is out. I tried patching it, but to no avail. Okay, let's look at the components. Here you have a nut, and then you have a washer, and then you have this metal piece that goes all the way to the top. This is for holding things. Then behind that you have another bar, and that leads to the fender. Okay, and then behind that you have the smaller metal piece that goes into this other piece of metal. I don't know what that's called. And then you have another nut over here that you have to unscrew. This is the left side, okay? And this is the, I guess, the back brakes. I'm going to have to loosen this screw to release the left side. So this is the left side. Okay, let's look at the right side. Okay, again you have a nut, and then you have a washer, and then you have this metal bar that goes to the top again, and then behind that you have this other bar that leads to this fender, and then behind that you have this piece of metal. This piece of metal is connected to this, and that looks like it's part of the front brakes. Okay, and then you have another screw over here that you have to loosen. Okay, and of course the chain. Okay, I'm going to flip this bike over. I'm going to show you what tools you need to change it. Okay, now I flipped over the bike. Okay, this is the kickstand. This is what it looks like in Japan. This is the right side, and this is the left side. So I'm going to work on the left side. Okay, I think I'm going to attempt to take this screw, and there's a nut behind it. You see that? Okay, I'm going to unscrew that. Okay, so this is, it has 10 and 8. I'm going to use number 10. I tried using a Phillips screwdriver to hold this screw in place, but it wasn't working. So that's the reason why I'm using this wrench. And it seems like it's working better. Oh yes, it's almost out. Now you don't want to lose this piece, so I'll show you what you're going to do with this right after you take off the nut. It's pretty loose. I think I can use my hands and fingers. Yep. It's getting loose. It's almost out. You don't have to worry about any washers for this part. Okay, here's that stubborn nut. Take out the screw. Here's that screw, and you don't want to lose this housing. So the best thing to do is just put the screw back in, and the nut as well. Attach the nut. Try to keep the components close together so that you don't lose anything, and it'll be easier to remember. Next thing we want to do, so this is loose, we want to take off this nut. So let's do it. Let's take off this nut. You're going to need a socket wrench if you have one, and a socket attachment. It says 15 millimeters. fit into this part. It fits nicely. Okay, attach it like so. Okay, insert, and you want to go, oops. You want to go upward. You want to go counterclockwise. Ugh. Beautiful. It's getting loose. Beautiful. Okay, it's perfect. Perfect. Okay, take a look at that. So here's a nut and a washer and that metal piece that goes to the top of the bike for holding things. And then you have another metal part that connects to the fender. Okay, let's remove everything. Okay, so here is the nut. I'm going to set it aside. And then here's the washer. Do not lose this piece. The washer is rusted. I'll put that next to the nut. And here's that metal piece that goes to the top. And then you have, okay, I'm going to move this tire. This is useless. Okay, and I'm going to remove this. It looks like a candy cane. I'm going to remove that part. And then you have this metal piece that's, I don't know what that's called, but it's like right into this frame. You see it? This metal piece? So we need to remove that. Okay, and I see this piece is part of the kickstand. Okay, once we do that, we can work on the other side. So bear with me. Boy, it's hot today. Okay, let's take that off. Oh, okay. Let's take that off. Okay, there's something else that I forgot to mention. There is a little screw right below that kickstand. Okay. Can you see it? There's a little nut. Okay. And screw. We're going to have to unscrew that. Here's the same tool that I used. This is a number. Here's the same tool to remove the nut. Oh, you'd be using a number 10. So you want to unscrew that. And you want to go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, so going upward like this. Like this. It's getting loose. Very rusty. Trying to loosen this little nut. You see it? It's all rusted. Still going counterclockwise. It's reaching the end of the screw, but it's still pretty tight. Can't use my finger. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, I don't need this tool anymore. Okay, and do not lose this part. Okay, here's the nut, and there's another piece of metal, which is kind of like a washer, but it's not in the same shape of a typical washer. Take a look at this. I've taken off these two components, the nut and this washer-like thing, rectangular washer. It goes like this. keep that aside with the other nut and washer. Okay, the next thing I'm going to work on is the other side. So let's go around. Okay, I've got a screwdriver. I'm going to release this chain from the wheel. Just pry it like so. Can you see it? I just pried it like this. I use these gloves. Your hands are going to get dirty, so wear a good pair of gloves. Okay, so put the chain behind this spiky area. Okay, and then you're going to want to remove this nut over here. So let's do that. Let's get that. Let's get the socket wrench. Okay, socket wrench it. And now we're going to go upward, counterclockwise. I think I can use my fingers. Perfect. Okay. Ooh. There. Hey, you know, okay, now this washer seems thicker than the other washer. Okay, here's the nut, and here's a thicker washer. So it goes like this. Nut first, then washer. Okay. So it was like this. Okay, this metal part that goes to the top, it was like this. So I remove the nut and washer. It fell out, so be careful. You want to keep this aside. Okay, and then you want to pull these things out. Pull these things out in order. So here's the top part, and then here's the other candy cane-like piece for the fender. And then you have this other piece of metal, which looks like it's part of the brakes. So pull that out. Ooh, it just came right off. Okay, so we don't want to forget that it goes like this. Okay, so the best thing to do is just put it down here. Okay, and then the kickstand itself, we can just pull it towards you, and that loosens this part. Now, there's another nut back here. Okay, and actually I want to, I'm going to go around, and I'm going to show you that the other part that was hard to get out came out by itself. So it loosened a lot, so do not lose that piece. Okay, for this side, I'm going to have to do the same thing. Remove this nut, and here's this washer that it fits into this rectangular part, like so, nice and snug. Nice and snug. It's supposed to be like inside, but it moved. Okay, so let's unscrew this. I'll be using this again. Number 10. Let's see which direction. Counterclockwise, going downward. Yep. Actually, yeah, it's almost, yeah, it's coming off. So bear with me. It's going to take some time. I think I can use my fingers. Yes, yes. Do not lose these two components. So let's keep them together along with the other nut and washer. Almost out, come on. Okay, there we go. So don't forget, they go like this. Okay. Okay, and then this is, oh, there's another piece of metal over here. Ah, okay. Well, watch this. Oh, we're not quite done yet. I see. Let's just move the camera around again. Okay, we're going to have to remove this nut in order to loosen the brake. Can you see the brake? Right over here. And this will release it from this housing, and then we can get the wheel out. Using a number 10 again. Go counterclockwise. So pull it towards you. Like that. It's loosening. Okay, I think I can use my fingers. Okay, do not lose this piece. Okay. Okay, it's out. You see? This wire, it's out. Don't forget to put it through this little hole. There it is. Do you see? I'll try turning it. There's a little hole right there. Tiny little hole. Okay. This wire goes through that little hole. Don't forget. Okay. Okay, it's out. Now we can just get rid of the tube, and we can get this kickstand off. We just put it downward. Just take it off. Take this right off, like so. Just put this down. Okay, and now we can take the wheel off. Remember when I said to put the chain inward behind the spikes? Well, that's good, but now you're going to have to release it. How do you release it? Well, like this. And there's a lever over here. Press this down, and that will release the chain, and then you can pull out the tire. Watch this. Push this lever down. This is part of the chain, and then pull it towards you. Pull it out. Pull it out. And then remove the chain. And there you go. Here is your back tire out and ready to be replaced. Okay? And that's how you do it. And then you can just replace the tube and the tire and put everything back in order the way you took it off. Okay? So, if you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up. And that's it. Goodbye, everyone.